still coming for me.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Zara. Okay. Okay, I'm now going to share my screen. Let's see. Okay. So we are going to be doing this question today, or these questions rather, which were written, I don't know the year, but it was exam written by your mates. So it's a question 5. Okay, we are given an expression that we must consider, and we're answering question 5.1 up until 5.3 based on this expression that you see here. Negative 2x squared plus 7x cubed plus 6x squared minus 2x cubed plus 7 plus 7 minus x cubed and minus x plus 2x. Now the first question here, it says simplify the above expression and write your answer in descending powers of x. Descending powers of x. Does anybody, and this just weigh 3 marks, so that means you don't really have to do a lot of things. Do you have somebody who wants to try it? Remember, your final answer must be in descending powers. All right, so you simplify the expression. You're not solving for x, ne? You're simplifying. Luhumo, how are we going to simplify this? Okay, Nyaki, how are we going to simplify this?
Ma'am.
Ma'am, I think we start by grouping the like terms first so that we can make it smaller, simplify it.
So we're gonna group them by like terms. The ones that have cubed next to each other, the one with square next to each other, the one with just x and just number. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when you group them, what do you have?
Ma'am, I have negative 2x squared plus 6x squared.
You have a negative?
2x squared.
Negative 2x squared.
Plus 6x squared.
Plus 6x squared.
Plus 7x cubed.
Plus 7x cubed.
Minus 2x cubed.
Minus 2x cubed.
Minus x cubed.
Minus x cubed. So let me do this.
Okay. Then, ma'am, I said minus x plus 2x. Then, ma'am, I ended it with plus 7.
Okay.
And then, ma'am, exponent rule says that when they have the same exponents, we leave the exponent. Yes, ma'am, powers, sorry. Powers. We leave the powers.
No,
and
it's okay. It's okay.
It's
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Perfect. So when they have the same powers or exponents, you add the bases, right? And what do we end up having?
Ma'am, we end up having 4x squared plus 4x cubed. Sorry.
4x squared.
Ma'am, I'm not sure about this one, but I know that the answer is going to be a positive x.
And
So,
why are you not sure?
Ma'am, because, okay, now that I think about it, ma'am, I get it was a negative x, so now I recognize that it's supposed to be positive because now I get it x, negative x plus 2x equals x.
Yes.
And then ma'am plus 7.
Plus 7.
And then ma'am, because there are no like terms, this is it. This is the final answer.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nyaki. Does everybody agree to this?
No.
To the final answer? Who's not agreeing?
Me, ma'am.
Why are you not agreeing?
Ma'am, isn't it descending orders from like largest to smallest? So then, ma'am, the 4x cubed should be in front of the 4x squared.
So you're saying we're gonna have 4x cubed plus 4x squared plus x plus 7. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Zira, what's your take on this?
Ma'am, I'm with Lukumo.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, Nyaki, you see, the mistake that you did here, the mistake you made.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So just make sure that in the exam room you don't make this mistake because you're going to lose some of the marks, right? Okay, now let's go to 5.2. 5.2 says, write down the constant term. Busi, what's going to be our constant term from this expression that you see here?
Ma'am, I think it's 7.
I think it's 7. Babalelo, what do you think it's our constant for this expression?
7, ma'am.
7. Does everybody say 7?
Yes,
Or do
ma'am.
we have some? All right, perfect.
Yeah.
And all right, cool. Let's move to 5.3. 5.3 says, if x is equal to -1, evaluate the expression. And do we have somebody, not to answer, but somebody who has an idea of what they want us to do here? Not to answer the question, just what they want us to do.
Ma'am, I think they say we have to replace all the x's with -1.
Perfect, perfect. Was that Babalelo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Now, if we are replacing all the x's on this expression, what do we have? When we are replacing the x's with -1, what do we end up having?
Oh, this is one hell of a thing. -2 times.
Anybody who got an answer? Let's see who's in here.
I got 6.
Who got what? Busisi, how much did you get?
Ma'am, I got 6.
6. Luhumo, how much did you get? Luhumo, let's see.
Mine is wrong.
Why is it wrong?
No, I wrote minus 42.
You wrote what?
Negative 42.
You got negative 42. And why do you think that's wrong?
I'm just doubting it.
Okay, all right, no problem. Nyeki, how much did you get?
Ma'am, I also got 6.
Got 6. Do you have somebody who has a different answer? Anybody who didn't get a 6? Zira, did you also get a 6?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool, perfect. Babalelo, did you get a 6?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, cool. Now we're gonna move to question 6. But before we do that, do we have any question here from this first part, question 5? Do we have something that you don't understand here? Or are you all good?
Ma'am, we're all good.
Thank you. Thank you. Cool. Now let's move to question 6, which carries 11 marks. Guys, you should make sure that you master these questions. Now, this is where you get your 3 marks, right? Question 6, you have to solve for the following equations, right? So the first equation that we are having, we have 72 is equal to 6 into x plus 1. 72 is equals to 6 into x plus 1. And we'll see how we're going to do this. How we're going to answer this question.
So, ma'am, first I divided both sides by 6. So I said 72 divided by 6 equals 6 parenthesis x plus 1 divided by 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got 12 equals x plus 1. And then I subtracted 1 from both sides. So it's 12 minus 1 equals x plus 1 minus 1, which is going to be like x is equals to 11.
Perfect. Now, do we have somebody who thinks that she probably did something wrong somewhere, somehow? Or maybe somebody who wants to share another way of doing this? Maybe if you didn't do it like this? Or did all of you do it like this?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
All
I
right.
said,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am, I used a distributive method. So I said 72 is equals to 6x plus 6. And then I got then I put numbers one side and variables one side. Then I got 6x is equals to 72 minus 6. Then I divide.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got 6x is equals to 66. Then you divide both sides by 6.
6x is equal to
66.
66, and then we divide both sides with a 6. Mm-hmm.
Then your answer is x is equal to 11.
X is equal to 11. Perfect. And remember, guys, when you're having this kind of question there, you need to make sure that this is a 3-mark question. So to make sure that you collect all the 3 marks, what you need to do with CC, where you're gonna go to your equation, say 72 is equal to 6, open bracket, positive 11 plus 1. And then if this whole thing does not give you the 72, then it's absolutely wrong, right? So you have to prove if your answer is correct for you to collect all the marks. So if it's wrong, I mean, if you say 6 into 11 plus 1, and then it gives you something else, that means you probably did something wrong as you were solving for this variable, which is x. Do we have any question or any addition? Somebody want to add something? Somebody want to ask? Maybe you didn't understand. Or are we all good? Babalelo, are you good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. Let's go to 6.3, no, 6.2. So 6.2, we are having 2x divided by 3 minus 1 is equal to 15. And Zira, how are we going to solve this?
Ma'am, you're first going to move your -1 over the equal sign, which will give us 2x over 3 is equal to 15 plus 1, which then gives you 16. So your equation would be then 2x over 3 is equal to 16. Then you move your 3 over the equal sign. It gives you 2x is equal to 16 times by 3, which is then equal to 48, ma'am. So 48 is equal to 2x. You divide by 2, and your answer should be 24, ma'am.
Answer should be 24. Okay, thank you. And Babalelo, how are you going to solve for this?
Ma'am, the second equation?
6.2. We are still on 6.2.
Ma'am, I don't understand.
You don't understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We are here. Luhumo, how do you think we're going to solve for this?
Ma'am, everything was complicated, so I started freestyling, ma'am. So I took the -1, I put it on the other side so it could be +1. So I got 2x over 3 is equals to 16. Then I said 16 times 3 is equal to 2x, meaning 2x. But I'm still checking 16 times 3.
Okay.
There's 48. 2x is equal to 48. You divide both sides by 2. Then x is equal to 24.
X equals to 24. Okay, Nyaki, how did you do this?
Ma'am, mine is wrong because I started by multiplying the 3 with -1. And then, ma'am, I took it over to the other side, and then it became +3, ma'am. So it became 18. And then, ma'am, when I divided 18 by 2, that gave me 9. So it was wrong.
Okay, so what you were supposed to do, you're supposed to multiply everything with 3. So you multiply that -1 with 3 and that 15 with a 3, ne? to remove that. If you are doing it that way, that means you're gonna be having 2x minus 3 multiplied by 1, or 1 multiplied by 3, which is -3. So it's going to be 2x minus 3 is equal to 15 multiplied by 3. I don't know how much that is. And you're going to move the 3 to the other side. Let's see how much it is. So it's 15. Is it 45? Yeah, it's 45. Okay, so it's 45 plus 3. It's going to be 48. And that means 2x equal to 48. And we're going to divide both sides with 2 to get rid of the 2 next to the x. So it's going to be 2x divided by 2 is equal to 48 divided by 2. And then your x is going to be equal to 24. Yeah, 24. So basically everybody is correct. Everybody is correct, but I'm just going to write it again here. Not again, but I'll just write it. So it's we are having 2x minus 3. So you can either choose to multiply everything with 3, so that you can get rid of this 3, or you can just move this one to the other side and then solve the whole thing, which is 15 plus 1. And then after that, that's when you can start to multiply, right? But I'm just gonna do what? I'm just gonna move one to the other side. So 2x divided by 3 is equal to 15 plus 1. It's a plus 1 because it jumps an equal sign. So we're having 2x divided by 3 is equal to 16. Now, to get rid of this 3, Pabalelo, we're going to multiply both sides with 3. Yeah? So we're going to have 2x divided by 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 16 multiplied by 3. All right? So this 3 is going to cancel this one. So we're going to be left with 2x equals to 14 times, not 14, but 16 times 3. Let's see. It's 48. So we're going to be having 48. Then to get rid of this 2, we have to divide everything with 2 so that we can be left with just x, right? Because we want the value of x at the end of the day, or we are solving so that we can get the value of x. So we're going to have what? We're going to have 2, and then this 2 is going to be cancelled by that. Then our final answer would be 48 divided by 2. That is half of 48, which is 24. Now, do you now understand? Excuse me. Do you now understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Perfect. Now we have 6.3. So 6.3 is 2 to the power of x divided by 3 is equal to 2 to the power of 5 divided by 3. And Nyaki, how are we going to solve this? Just one mark. How are we going to solve this?
Ma'am, I'm not sure.
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure how I got it, but I think the x is equal to the x is equal to 5. So I'm not quite sure how I got it, but that's what I got.
What did you do?
Ma'am, I'm not quite sure what I did, but I think the x is equal to 5.
Yeah, I just need you to tell me what you did for you to decide that your x is equals to 5. Did you just put that on your calculator or what?
Ma'am, I put it on my calculator and then I checked if it was, and I think it was correct, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay, Luhumo. What's gonna be the answer for this?
Ma'am, I also think x is 5 because it says both of them are equal, both numbers are equal, and the only difference there is the x and the 5.
Okay. Nyaki asked you, Busisi, where?
Sorry, ma'am. I think it's 5.
You think it's what?
Ma'am, I also think it's 5.
Or you think it's 5? Pabalelo, what do you think it's gonna be the answer here?
Ma'am, I think it's 5 because the fractions are equal.
Okay, so guys, the answer is going to be 5 because you see, the bases are the same. Again, we have a base of 2/3. That's our base. So if the bases are the same, that means we can deal with exponents, ne? Because we are this one is having what? This one is having a base of 2/3. This one is also having a base of 2/3. That means whatever that's up there is going to be equal. So it's going to be x is equals to 5, right? So if there was a +1 here, then we're going to say x is equals to 5 plus 1 or whatever, right? Because the bases are the same and there's equal sign. So if we have the same basis, we can work with the exponents. We can deal with the exponents. We bring the exponents down, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Now let's look at 6.4. So we have cube root of x is equals to 2. And how are we going to solve for this? Do you have somebody who has an answer? Not by calculating, but who knows the answer? What is a
Ma'am,
what who is that you
ma'am,
Luhumo? Mm-hmm.
yes, ma'am.
What is
The
it?
answer is 8. X is equal to 8.
Okay, perfect. So yes, your answer should be 8, but how did you get to 8? Or how do we get to 8?
Ma'am, I used the inverse of a cube root, ma'am, which is you have the power of a cube, ma'am.
Wait, what did you say?
Ma'am, the
Mm-hmm.
the inverse operation of a root is an exponent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here it's a cube root, meaning the 2 has to be squared to get an x, to get the x.
The 2 has to be not squared but cubed, ne?
Cubed. Yes.
That's what you meant, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. So what you're gonna do, this is what you're gonna do. It's just 1 mark, okay? So basically what Lurumo is saying, we're gonna cube everything. This will remove that, so that means our x is going to be not cube but square, not square but cube. Okay, so that means our answer is going to be 2 to the power of 3, which is 8. So your x is going to be equal to 8. Do we have a question? Are we all good?
We're all good, ma'am.
Is everybody good?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if everybody is good, I want us to do another question that's similar to this one, right? Let's see how it will go. And let's see. It's exactly like this one, but a question from a different paper. Yeah. Oh, let's see how you will do on this one. Yeah. Okay, are you guys able to see?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Nah.
Even now?
We can see now.
Okay, perfect. So
Yeah, now we
this is
can
a
see.
question. Okay, cool. So we have a question for, they say, consider the expression -8 plus 4x cubed minus x plus 5x squared. And the first question, remember when they say consider for that, that means for the whole questions under 4.1, our answers must be based on this, on that expression of -8 plus 4x cubed minus x plus 5x squared. So they say write the expression in descending powers of x. Write the expression. How are we going to write this, Nikki? Nikki, how are we gonna write this?
Sorry, ma'am. I was outside. I had to do something. And it's going to be 4x cubed plus 5x squared minus x and -8.
-8, perfect. And that's how you collect your free 1 mark. Let's move to 4.1.2. They say, what is the constant term in the expression? What is the constant term? Babalelo, what's going to be the answer? No, I saw Neo. Neo, what's going to be the answer here? What is the constant term in the expression?
-8.
-8.
-8.
Perfect. Let's go to 4.1.3. They say, what is the coefficient of x? Babalelo, what's going to be the coefficient of x?
I think it's gonna be -1.
Perfect. -1, and this is how you collect your free 1 mark. And
I wanna pure meta nix.
okay. 4.1.4. They say how many times are in this expression? How many times do we have Busisiwe? How many times do we have?
Oh, times, ma'am. I think 3. 4 times, ma'am.
4. Are you sure we're having 4?
No, ma'am, I think it's 3. I think it's 3.
3? Okay. Are you sure it's 3?
Ma'am, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Okay, cool. Zira, how many times do we have here?
Ma'am, we have 4.
We have 4. Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So you're having 4 times Busisiwe, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So you count everything. And so we are having 4 here. Let's go to 4.1.5. They say, what is the degree of the polynomial? What is the degree of the polynomial? Let's see. Lihumo.
Ma'am, it's 3.
3. Let's see. Babalelo, do you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So it's going to be third degree. Perfect. Now let's go to this part. They say calculate the value of the expression 4x squared plus 5x minus 3 if x is equal to -1. This is x. So if x is equal to -1, do you have somebody who got an answer already? Or are you still calculating?
Ma'am,
Hmm?
ma'am, I got -4.
-4. Nikki, how much did you get?
Ma'am, I also got -4.
Lihumo, did you also get -4? Do you have somebody who got a different answer?
I
Perfect.
got a different answer.
What did you get?
I don't know if it's just me, but ma'am, I got 8.
You got 8. Okay. Let me also punch my calculator. Did somebody get an 8? Do we have somebody with an 8? How many of you got a -4? It's Nyaki, it's Busisiwe, and who? Nell, how
Me,
much
ma'am.
did you get? Me, who's me?
Me,
-4.
Babalelo, ma'am.
Babalelo. And who else? Zira, how much did you get?
Ma'am, I got -4.
Okay, I
Crazy
also
for
calculated and I got a -4. So that means Likumo, you need to recalculate and let's see if you're gonna get a -4 or try to check what went wrong. All right. I think maybe the mistake you made could be that you said 4 to the power of 2 instead of 4 into brackets -2 to the -1 to the power of 2. But the final answer is, the final answer is this one. Now let's move to simplifying the expression. So we're having 4x squared minus 7x plus 1 minus 3x squared plus 8x minus 2. And what's going to be our answer? We are simplifying the expression here. We are not solving for x. Babalelo, what's going to be the answer? Or how are we going to do this? How are we going to simplify the first expression? 4x squared minus 7x plus 1 and.
Ma'am, we're gonna start off by grouping the like terms. So 4x squared minus 3x squared minus 7x plus 8x plus 1 minus 2.
Perfect.
And then we're gonna add them. We're gonna say 4x squared minus 3x squared is x squared minus, minus x minus 1.
Okay, is this your final answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you, Babalelo. That's amazing. Should we move to 4.3.2? Zira, should we move to 4.3.2?
Yes, ma'am.
Likumo, are we moving to 4.3.2? Likumo? Okay. Nyaki, are we moving?
Ma'am, I got a positive X.
A positive X. And why, how did you get to that?
Ma'am, because I said negative 7x plus 8x, which is 1.
Positive 1. Perfect. Now, now we can move to 4.3.2. Babalelo, do you see your mistake? Your little mistake?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I saw it.
Perfect. Now let's go to 4.3.2. They say the expression is minus 5x or negative 5x into 2x minus 3. Now, how do we simplify this expression?
Now we're gonna multiply the negative 5x into the bracket. So you're gonna get negative 10x squared plus 15x.
So we're gonna multiply minus 5 with this and the minus 5 again with the minus that. So you're saying we have minus 10x squared minus or plus?
Plus 15x.
Plus 15x. Perfect. Is this your final answer? No, is this your final answer?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. What are we supposed to do? Or what are we doing next? Neo, are you still there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm just checking to see something.
Zira, do you think this is the final answer, or do we need to do something further?
Ma'am, I think this is the final answer. There are no like terms.
Okay, cool, perfect. And this is going to be your final answer because there are no other like terms that you can add. So this is going to be your final answer. Remember, we are simplifying, not solving, right? Let's move to 4.3.3. We are having a square root of 169a squared plus cube root of 64a cubed. And let's see. Busisi, where? I haven't called you in a very long time. Busisi, how are we gonna simplify this?
Ma'am, I found the square root of 169 a squared, which gives me 13a, and then I've plus and then I found the square root of cube root of 64a cubed, which gives me 4a.
But before you got to this, what did you do?
Ma'am, I just did that.
I just need to know, did you put on your calculator, say, square root of 169a squared, and then you got this? Did you put this whole thing on your calculator? Do you have an a on your calculator?
No, ma'am, I didn't put the whole thing.
What did you do?
Ma'am, I just found the square root and cube root. You could say I used the shortcut. Okay, now I see, ma'am, but I'm missing one step.
Okay, Nyaki, what's your answer, or how did you do this?
Ma'am, I got the same answer as
But
Busisi.
how did you get to this answer?
Ma'am, so I found the square root of 169, and then ma'am, that gave me 13, and then I divided a squared by 2, ma'am. Not by 2, ma'am. I minus a squared with 1, so it gave me a, and then
you minus the a squared with 1. Why are you minusing the a squared?
Ma'am, I don't know how to explain it, ma'am, but my teacher said that like if we
Supposed to
have something.
divide.
Wait. Lihuma, just hold on. You said Nyaki, you were saying?
My teacher said if we have something like this, ma'am, I'm not sure if she said we also, I don't know how to explain this, ma'am, but she said like, for example, if we have this one, ma'am, I think she said like the same way we got the square root of 13a, we also have to get the square root of a squared, which is a, but that doesn't make sense, ma'am. But yeah, she said something like that. I think I'm just not
Okay,
spelling it
cool.
right.
So you got the square root of 169, which was 13. And then for you to get a, you said a to the power of 2 minus 1. Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I didn't say
Okay, no
minus. I
problem.
think I said divided.
Divided by what? 2? So it's like a squared divided by 2. Is that what you said?
No, ma'am. I said a squared divided by 1.
Divided by 1. Okay, no problem, no problem. Perfect. Forgot his name. Luhumo, you wanted to say something. What did you want to say? Luhumo. Okay, Babalelo. Yeah, let's go to Babalelo. Babalelo, what's your answer and how did you get to your answer?
Ma'am, I did the same thing as Busisiwe, ma'am.
What did Busisiwe do?
She got the square root of 169 and the cube root of 64.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also what I did, ma'am. And I ended there.
Okay, I want to understand this part. How you end up having 13a? How does the a squared becomes a, and then how does a cubed now becomes a? I just need somebody to explain to me for that. Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, mine I didn't change it. It stayed like that.
So yours is 13a squared plus 4a cubed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Okay, fine. Neo, do you have something to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. I'm all ears.
So as you square root 169 a squared, because you're already square rooting 169, there's automatically the 2 cancels because you're already square rooting, and then for the cube root of 64 to a power of 3 also automatically cancels because you already got the 3 on the outside and 3 on the inside.
Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect. So another way of doing it, remember when you want to remove a square root, you're gonna square with what? You're gonna have an exponent of 1 over 2, right? So you're gonna end up having 169 a squared, all of this to the power of half, right? This is replacing the square. The square root name, and then plus what? Plus 64a cubed, and this cube root is replaced by 1 out of 3. Name. So on your calculators, square root of 169 or 169 to the power of 1 over 2 is 13, right? And then for this one, a to the power of 2. So that means we're going to have 13a to the power of 2 multiplied by 1 out of 2. So it's 2 multiplied by half, which is the same as half of 2, name. And half of 2 is 1, and 1 is the same as not writing it. You don't have to write it. A to the power of 1, it's the same as what? A, right? And then we're going to have what? We're going to have this one, you said cube root of 64. I think you said it's a 4. And then the the 3 is going to be multiplied with what? With 1 over 3, which is what? Let's do this. A to the power of 3 multiplied by 1 over 3. So the 3 is going to cancel that one. So we're left with a to the power of 1, which is just a. Then now your final answer would be a 17a. So when you are removing the square root, the square root is going to cancel the square. What you are supposed to say, the square root is canceling the square in the brackets, the square, and then the cube root is now going to cancel the cubed in here, right? And this is going to be your final answer, which is 17a. And let's look at the last question. Now the last question says 10x cubed minus 4x squared plus 8x divided by 2x. How are we going to simplify this? Do we have any volunteer? Zira, how are we going to work this out? I don't think I have a good answer.
Ma'am, I think what we're gonna do is that we're going to say the 2 divided by 10, which then will give us 5, and we minus 1 from the power. We're gonna minus 1 from the 3, which is our power. So that gives us 10x to the power of 2, and then minus 2x plus 4. I'm not quite sure if I'm correct, ma'am, but I think that's our answer.
Wait, so can you say your final answer?
5x squared minus 2x plus 4. Minus 2x plus 4.
Okay, 5. Okay, perfect. Right. Let's see. Busisi, where?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you work this out?
So, ma'am, it's like I separated, right? So I said 10x cubed divided by 2x minus 4x squared divided by 2x plus 8x divided by 2x. So, ma'am, the 10x cubed divided by 2x is going to give me 5x squared, because 10 divided by 2 is 5, and then we subtract the powers x. So x cubed, so it's going to be x3 minus 1, so it's going to be x squared. And then 4x squared divided by 2x squared gives me 2x. And then 8x divided by 2x gives me 4, because the x's cancel each other out.
Then you're left with 8 over 2, which is 4. Okay, your answer is still the same as Zira's. Fine. Nyaki, do you have another way of doing it? Or did you do it the same way?
Ma'am, I did it the same way.
Did it the same way. Do we have somebody who did it differently? Or somebody who doesn't understand this one? Do all of you understand? Do we have somebody that did it differently? Pabalelo, how did you do it? Lihumo, how did you do it? Okay, I'll take it that you guys did it the same and you got the same answers, right? Okay, do we have any question before I end the lesson? Do you have somebody who want to say something? Any question? Are we all good? Did you understand everything?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool, guys. I'll see you on Friday. You must enjoy.